everybody, welcome to GTS Railways. My name is Greg. This is my YouTube channel. All right, I am grinning from ear to ear tonight because we got some mail. Yes, we did. We got something actually from YouTube, believe it or not, and we got an actual letter. So, all right, so let's start with the thing from YouTube, and you'll notice this is the YouTube play button. That's pretty cool. So, all right, this is from the High Five Partner program through YouTube, and it says here, Sweet Victory Partner. You've managed to get your hands on some very special YouTube M&Ms, yum. And a keepsake tin to store all your next big ideas. A special thank you from your friends at YouTube for all your hard work as a YouTube partner. We'd love to see you enjoying your treat. Well, that can definitely be arranged. Tag us and it has the information so we can check it out. YouTube, all right, that's very cool. So, all right, so I opened this earlier and M&Ms kind of popped out. But anyway. So, all right, yeah, I did it that time and nothing bobbed out. So cool. So yes, it is actually M&Ms, and I actually tried some a little earlier. They were quite delicious, you know, M&Ms if you like those. So, all right, I'm going to show you what they look like because you're not going to believe it if I don't show you. So, all right, they actually have the play button on the M&Ms. And there's white ones and red ones in there, and like I said, I tried them a little bit earlier. They are delicious. Yum. So, all right, as if that was not good enough. So we also got a letter. And this comes to us from New York City. Wow, very cool. So, all right, there's two pieces of paper in here. One we need right now and one we do not. I'll explain that in a minute. So, all right, here is the actual letter. It says here, hello GGS, my name is Christopher. I'm 76 years old next month. Well, happy birthday, Christopher. I live in New York City with my adult son. Prior to that, I lived with my wife for many years in Montana. Sadly, she passed away a few years back. Oh, my condolences. And I moved to New York City to live with my son. I thoroughly enjoy watching your YouTube videos. I was fortunate enough to have a pretty nice train collection back in the day. Unfortunately, when I moved to New York, it was necessary to part with most of it. I have a couple of Hafner wind-ups if you might like to add those to your collection. Well, sure. Sure, Christopher, that's pretty generous, but thank you, sure. Why not? The more the merrier, right? Let's see here. It goes on to say, I gave away most everything else, kind of a bittersweet subject. I thought I gave them to somebody who would cherish them as I did, but they simply sold them off in short order. Really sad. Well, Christopher, I don't sell anything. And so, yeah, if they come here, they will probably stay here. So, yep. Let's see. It goes on to say, having closed a $50 gift certificate. Wow, Christopher, that's super generous to trains.com. Maybe you'll find something to repair or add to your layout. Just a small thank you from me for keeping the passion alive. Sincerely, Christopher. Wow, Christopher, that is really nice. That's really generous. So I'm going to put my contact information right here. And if you will email me and we'll get together. And if you want to send that, I want to at least help you pay for the shipping or, help get it here. And yeah, so this is actually the information that I need to do the trains.com gift certificate. All right, very nice. Thank you. Wow, that is super nice. I cannot even believe that. That's wow. So all right, yeah, we might have to hit up trains.com later. So all right, so that inspired me. That inspired me. So Hafner windup. We have some wind-up track in there in the train room. It's the most neglected, most desolate part of the train room. It looks something like this. So yeah, it needs a little attention. So yeah, we have a few wind-up locomotives. They are all of the Marx variety. One of these is my dad's, or was my dad's, and I ruined it as a child, broke it as a child, and then I fixed it as an adult. And let's see, I think it's this one. Anyway, and then I also have one that's battery operated here that would run on that same track, but I've never had one of these that actually works. I said that before and somebody said they hadn't had that problem or hadn't run across that, so I may try again to to find us a battery operated one, but this one does not operate. This one is and was DOA. I actually have several of those that came DOA. So all right, maybe it was because I was a low bid or whatever. I don't know. Anyway. So all right, so yeah, the rest of these are just the wind-up Marks. They are super nice. This one here, actually, believe it or not, is the newest one, and it's also the one that works the poorest. This one pops and binds, so yeah, and we might talk about that here in a minute. So let's go in there in the train room And what I think I want to do is I want to take apart the wind-up section in there, and I just kind of want to, I mean, I can't change the layout because of the room configuration and where everything is, but we can take it all up and we can clean real good, and we can get ready for possibly some new things wind up to come. So all right, let's go do that. All right, so here we are in the wind-up section. As you can see, we've never really done a lot with this. We got some really cool 2-rail O-scale track for the wind-up trains, and the switches and everything. Even got some bumpers, but never really did much with this. You know, it's just I guess we did some other things, and this kind of fell by the wayside. So if we're talking about getting maybe some more wind-up type trains, you know, I think this could look and probably function a little bit better than what it is. So I think the first thing I want to do is I want to take everything out of here and kind of get going. I mean, even have some wires going across the rail so the train could run even if it possibly wanted to. So all right, let me get that done, and we'll be right back. We'll take it all up, and I think I'll get out the vacuum cleaner and then just vacuum it real good, because you know, once it goes back down, like you've probably seen in the rest of the room, it is very, very difficult to clean. So I guess we'll take this opportunity to do that. I'll be right back. All right, everybody, so it's not your imagination. This is the next day. So yeah, I cleaned up and did all the things last night, got the track put back together. I removed the warehouse and the car dealership and some other stuff that just didn't seem like it kind of went here. So I changed it all out for some tin litho buildings, and that seems a little more authentic, a little more like it ought to be. So all right, so what I did today was, on my lunch break, I went to Papa Ben's Train Place here in Houston, and I ran into a few of you guys. Wow. So yeah, having only an hour for lunch really kind of put a damper on the conversations, and I'm sorry about that, but you know, that happens. Gotta make the money so we can buy more trains. But anyway, so I actually went there to buy this grass mat to go underneath here, because I just figured that this would look better, maybe accent the trains a little bit better. So we're going to do that next. And so yeah, so before we get down and do that, let me get this camera drop down. Let me give you a preview of what we've done so far in a way that you can see it a little bit better, and we'll go from there. All right, so this is as far as we got last night before I just decided it was late and I would go to bed. So yeah, we got it vacuumed and we got it cleaned up, and yeah, we got it laid all back down. Now I'm going to take it back up and lay that green mat that I just showed you down, because I really do think that'll look better, and that'll hide some of our wires and some other things. So yeah, that'll be a good thing to do, I think. So all right, so let's talk about some of the things that we have and why they may be fitting or not fitting. So all right, let's start with we'll start in the back. How about that? Start in the very back. So this is a Union Pacific train station, and this actually came with a lot of tin litho wind-up toys that I bought, and so I would very much suspect that this would have been a part of like a wind-up toy type accessory. So yeah, it's very, very nice. Now on the other hand, we have this Lionel spotlight here, which is obviously powered, and that may or may not go on a wind-up thing, because if you think about it, it's not powered. There's no transformer typically, so I mean, you know, I guess you could have had that, but probably not. So all right, so the next thing that I did, and this guy definitely would have gone, is this is a non-powered, and that cord that looks like it's going to it is not going to it. It's just going by it. So this is just a crane, very simple crane, and yeah, little shed on it, and so that's tin litho. That definitely fits the air, so that would have been pretty awesome. So all right, so then let's see, what do we got over here? So over here We got a little, and this looks like, I can't tell what it is exactly, some sort of freight shed or something like that. So this is tin litho, and this is by Marx, and definitely this would have come with some of the wind-up stuff, I imagine. So all right, so this over here, I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? This is a lit station. This actually is not O scale. I believe this is actually OO scale. And I believe this is actually one of the accessories that came with some of the Trix Twin stuff that we got. But because it was tin litho and because it did light up and it looks really awesome when it's lit up, I decided I would throw it on there, and you know, if it's right arrow-wise or not, well, it's going to stay there because I think it looks pretty cool. So all right, so you know, at least we got all tin litho stuff, all metal stuff. We don't have any plastic anymore. We don't have the plastic car dealership, and we don't have the plastic car factory, or yeah, well, car dealership, I guess. So all right, so let me get this paper down, which means that we're going to have to get all this stuff out of here. We just put it back last night, but you know what? I'm okay with that. Be good, so we can get all of our wiring buttoned up and things that we need to do anyway, and we'll go from there. Let's do it. All right, everybody, I think we can all agree that this is probably the best the wind-up section of my training room has ever looked. We've got the plastic buildings removed. We got some more authentic looking tin litho buildings. Now, of course, we do have some lighted accessories that probably would not be on a wind-up layout, but you know what, it's ours, so our training room, we can do what we want, right? But it is the tin litho, and it looks pretty nice. I like it quite a bit. So all right, so you know, my dad would say that the proof is in the pudding, and this is my dad's train. Now, I broke this as a child, I fixed it as an adult, but you know, let's see. Would Dad be proud? I think Dad might be proud. Very cool. So all right, so when Christopher's Hafner train comes, we will check him out on this same track. This is O-gauge track, but it is the 2-rail. It's made for wind-up trains. Very, very cool. And that Hafner should go right on the track. Should not be an issue at all. So all right, of course it's going to stop over there where where I can't get to it. So all right, so one more thing, we're going to probably call it about it for the night. So I promised, I alluded to earlier that I was going to tell you guys kind of something as a public service. So this guy over here, and you'll excuse me if I step on my new green mat. But so all right, on these Marx wind-up, and I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's see. Let me get over here, and we'll see if we can do this in a better way. All right. Sorry, excuse the crummy video work. All right, so now I know you can see it. So all right, so when you wind these guys, the logical way that seems like you ought to do it is you ought to do it like this, right? Well, don't do that. So all right, it's got this big spring under here, and this is Marx. I noticed that the pictures that Christopher sent us of the Hafner, it has a guard right here, and maybe Marx should have put a guard right here. So what happens is when you wind this guy up, I'm trying to do this and look to the camera to do it. What happens is that spring a lot of times will pop, and if your hand or finger is in there, guess what? it kind of pinches your finger, and let me tell you, it hurts. It hurts really good. So all right, yeah, don't do that. So all right, yeah, this is actually one of the, believe it or not, one of the later iterations. Marx made these for a long, long time, but yeah, this one, this one is kind of not the best. So all right, anyway, so all right, so there's the public service announcement. All right, guys, well, you know what, this is about it, I think, for tonight. This is the wind-up stuff. We're preparing for the Hafner train to come and be here for its new home. I'm excited. I'm really super excited. So all right, so once again, here is the address for Christopher or whomever might want to send us a letter or a card or just say hey or whatever. We like mail. Send us some mail. Send us an email. All right, guys, I think that's probably about it for tonight. I think until next time, GGS Railways out.